How am I making a video right now that involves Logan Paul and he's not the bad guy? This is, unexpected. Today, we're going to break down the 5 things that you need to know about Logan Paul's fiancé, Nina Agdal's lawsuit against Dillon Danis, and the insane situation that brought this lawsuit into life. As always, I'm America's attorney, here to teach you the rules of the game. Let's get started. Number 1. What led up to the filing of this lawsuit? In early August of this year, it was announced that Dillon Danis and Logan Paul would be facing off in the WWE ring in October. Now, it's expected for there to be some trash talking between opponents. No shocker there. But according to the lawsuit filed on Wednesday, and really according to the general public, Dillon Danis has taken things way too far. In the month after the announcement, Danis made hundreds of posts at the expense of Nina Agdal, including posting a private sexually explicit image without Agdal's consent. Not once, but twice. Now, in the world of professional boxing, pre-fight beef is functionally the law of the land. And in a way, it kind of makes sense. If you're gonna train for months so that you can legally try to kill someone with padded fists with the whole world watching, you might be well served to talk yourself into hating that person. But, and I'm just spitballing here, maybe don't extend the insults to your opponent's fiance? Number 2, the claims. Duh. In total, there are just 3 counts in this 15-page lawsuit. The first 2 are for violations of a federal law that's found at 15 USC 6851 B1A, aka disclosure of an intimate image. Now, these are a bit self-explanatory. Agdal is accusing Danis of violating this law by posting a nude image of her without her consent. The claim, as pled in the complaint, closely tracks the statute. She alleges that on August 11th, Danis posted on X, formerly known as Twitter, a photo of Agdal in which both her and her were visible, and that such tweet constituted a disclosure in violation of the act. The second claim is that he reposted that same photo later that day. Now, just to be clear, this is a very, very simple statute, and the mens rea, or the mental state required to violate the act, is merely negligence, which means that Nina doesn't have to prove that Dillon was trying to hurt her, nor does she have to prove that the production of the photo was against her will, or even that Dillon came to possess the photo surreptitiously. It's enough that she didn't consent to his disclosure of the photo. Translation, this is a super easy claim for Nina to win. The tweet happened or it didn't, and it's explicit or it isn't, and she either consented to the posting of the tweet or she didn't. The trial in this case would literally take less than an hour. The last claim is for a violation of New Jersey Statute 2A 58D1, or invasion of privacy. The New Jersey state law is very similar to the federal law violation that's been asserted, and in fact, it's not a separate set of facts that serves as the basis for this claim. But generally, when facts that must be pled and proven to form the basis of a claim in federal court also serve to form the basis of a state law claim, a plaintiff can go to trial on both claims, federal and state, in federal court. Number 3, the prayer for relief. In a random and really weird tweet, Dillon Danis claims that Nina Agdal is asking for a prison sentence as restitution for the injuries suffered. Except that nowhere in the actual lawsuit does it say that. What it actually asks for is damages, aka cash. She wants not less than $300,000, which is $150,000 per claim, as decided by a jury. She also asked for temporary and permanent restraining orders to prevent Danis from continuing to post sexually explicit images of Agdal without her consent, as well as punitive damages and attorney's fees. Number 4, restraining orders. Now, whether temporary or permanent, they are very hard to come by in the world of torts. And let me explain. If you and I enter into a written contract, let's say, hypothetically, you agree to subscribe to my channel, and let's say, hypothetically, I agree to post informative and educational content at least twice a week, then if you violate that contract by not subscribing, it's not hard, depending on the facts, for me to get a restraining order against you, one that requires you to subscribe and to not unsubscribe. because we agreed on it, especially if the contract provides for that potential remedy. But a tort, as opposed to a breach of contract, is very different. A common law tort would be like a car wreck. Like if you accidentally injured me in a traffic accident, that would not be the basis for me to seek an injunction against you. I mean, it isn't likely that you're going to hit me again. And as it happens, the law agrees with me. But in Nina's case, the disclosure of an intimate image is not a common law tort. It's a creature of statute. And the language of the statute is quite clear that an injunction is part of the relief package available to the victim. And finally, number 5, will this lawsuit work? Who's gonna win this legal fight? Now listen, you're not gonna trick me into trying to predict who's gonna win the Paul versus Danis fight. I don't know, and oh my word, I don't care. They both seem like losers to me. But in the legal fight of Agdal versus Danis, this is one of those horrifying knockouts in the first 10 seconds where the loser looks like he might be dead. This lawsuit was filed just 2 days ago, and so Danis still has at least 19 days to respond to the lawsuit. But Agdal could get in an early blow with a temporary restraining order just as soon as Monday, possibly. And from that point, really, it's over. But based off the information and arguments presented so far, Danis is going to need to take out the checkbook and get ready to pay somewhere in the neighborhood of about $500,000. Ouch. But man, there's really no substitute for being
incredibly, apocalyptically stupid.
This legal fight is so unfair that it doesn't matter what kind of lawyer Danis hires, he's losing no matter what. The lawsuit actually quotes Danis as saying basically, since Paul and I have signed up to try to kill each other, then obviously I can post explicit photos of his fiancé. That's all a part of the fight. Wow. Nothing could be less obvious or more wrong. Knucklehead! Knucklehead! That's about all there is to say about this lawsuit so far. It's only been a couple of days. Agdal gets the easy W here. But what about you? Can you take the easy W by subscribing? I mean, you gotta subscribe since I'm the first lawyer to break this lawsuit down. In fact, I was texting with attorney Tom this morning, and we are in a race to post our videos first. And after you subscribe, it's your turn to do the talking. And by talking, I mean typing. Drop down in the comments and give me your pro se opinion. Now, putting aside our collective dislike of Logan Paul, do you agree that Danis' posting constitutes a violation of these laws? Are you rooting for a judgment against Danis? Is it fair play for him to post nudes to try to get into the head of his opponent? I mean, there's a lot of room in there. Let me know what you think and then hop right back in here, because while Logan Paul wasn't the villain in this story, he definitely was in this one. Bye.